Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Denver Broncos. I'll join you again at halftime.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of... The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 2nd and 4. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards for the Lions there and a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed.
But inside Gill. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And we look now at the Lions offense.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
On first down, Cherry. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
On second down, Cherry. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team, because now your defense has to make that stand up.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the toss, here's Johnson. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Shakes off the sack. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. That's taken it around the 40. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great...
Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now come the Lions. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Johnson's got it complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
18, Gator.
53, Mike, 53. Check me out, check me out, check me out.
He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Ready?
2nd and 10. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's the 2nd and 7. And this one's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
A 36-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the defensive unit now for the Broncos as they get set here. And we're going to get a peek at some of the hits that have helped them get this. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here. It's complete. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. He'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll set up the throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And his kick here is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
This is fielded at the goal line. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammate.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return will stop right around the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Only a yard on the third down throw, and that leads to a fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this one is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal, please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They'll run on first down. Cherry. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
We got this.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
AT Gator.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. And he's got his target. That's more. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 18.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Set. 10 logo.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip. Out.
On first down, Cummins. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On second down now, Cherry, and he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard, now to the 16. In search of 8 yards on third down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Back to throw here. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos push further out in front.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Carlson on for the PAT. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. On second down, it's Johnson.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to second and 4. They'll drop the throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start first and 10. They'll run on first down. Cherry gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On first down, Cummins. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 2nd and 1. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down. Looking to throw.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taking it about the 16. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coates. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. They'll run on first down. Cummins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Going to give this time to the tailback. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go. They'll keep it on the ground. Cherry, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got him for the penalty.
Not easy at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap. I'd be a little jumpy myself.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. They'll set up to throw.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They're going to look to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Austin Safarian-Jenkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Austin Safarian-Jenkins. Touchdown.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
And two stop.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Say
Two.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to look deep for more. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there. And it's second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
First down, Lions.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 5. Brings up
2nd and 5. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A throw over the middle, taken in.
Let's go.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Cherry. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
The It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Taken from just outside the 30. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3.
On 3rd down, Cherry. And it would appear he's going to be short of a 1st down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now back to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Ready, 91.
On 1st down, Cherry. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and
on second down now. Cherry, they'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
60 out more.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up third and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cherry, and he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the twist.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll set up a throw. That's complete to Jake Butt. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 10. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Back to throw here. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. Show a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. And the throw right sideline here is complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll drop the throw. Screenplay, Johnson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down, and the Broncos will take over on downs. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line.
70, Indy.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. But I think the ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble is kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep going forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, you better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra play.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me out here.
Ready.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to go down again.
I'm going to hit you all.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you